This is Tim Mitchell talking to you from Shults Ford Lincoln, Wexford, Pennsylvania. Today we're going to go over some inside parts of the truck that necessarily that you might not even think about whenever you're buying a truck. You're usually looking at the bed and the engine size and everything like that. But this one is, just by the way, a 5.0 liter. We also affectionately call it the Coyote engine because it is the same Mustang engine that's in this. It's got 400 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. This one is the Platinum Series in the F-150 lineup. It is the top-end model, so it's going to have a lot of things that not necessarily all of them are going to have, but at $61,000 you would expect to have just about everything there is to have on a vehicle. I'm going to go over some of the buttons here on the steering wheel. So these are the controls you're going to use for the center screen. As you move left or right, it's going to take you through the different screens that are up there in the middle. Okay, so inside of here you're going to see the different arrows taking us up and down. I'm going to leave this screen. We're going to go to off-road status because I want to show you that. Oops, wrong screen, sorry about that. So this here, we actually use this if you're truly going to take your truck off-road. And what this will do for you is this will keep you from rolling your truck. As you start to lean either to your right or to your left, or you start to pitch or go back, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to show you in degrees how far you are off from center. So what that does, that keeps you from inadvertently rolling your truck. One of the really neat things that they're putting into their trucks now is we have a tire pressure monitoring system. And when you hit the tire pressure monitoring system, you'll see each individual tire. Now, I can tell you firsthand, I've gotten out of my truck and tried to figure out which tire it is the low one if I can't physically see it. This way here, you just have this to look at and it tells you which one is not the same as the others. Like right now, your back driver's tire is 1 pound of pressure off, so really don't need to make any adjustments on it. But it also has a monitor warning where it'll tell you if one of them is getting low and you do not know it. If you look here, this is also for the digital speedometer. Some people like having a digital speedometer versus the conventional, you know, wand over there on that side. You also have your engine information. It tells you about your oil life monitor. The oil life monitor is very important to the vehicle. It's the one thing that you can do for your vehicle that will keep it running for years and years. You always want to make sure that you follow your manufacturer's warranty as far as changing your oil. Like this one here is at 51%. The engine hours have operated for 208 hours and it's idled for 47 hours. And then my key, I'm going to go into this just a little bit. The my key status is actually pretty cool. What you do is you create a my key. Like let's say somebody in your house, you wasn't sure how they were going to drive your vehicle. You would be the administrator and they would be the my key. So then at that point what happens is the my key would be the key that you would give to the individual that you're not so sure about, and then that limits their speed that they could drive the vehicle at. It also limits the volume on the stereo, and it also has the E-light come on, the empty light for the gas, 50% sooner. So like you can set an indent at 45, 55, 65, or 75. When it reaches that speed, it starts dinging and will not stop. The vehicle, being a Platinum, is also going to have some additional safety features that you might want on your next truck. Like this has a collision warning system on it. So as you're approaching a vehicle, let's say you're doing 55 and it's doing 45, depending on where you have the sensitivity set, it's going to flash a warning up into the dashboard, and it's also going to alert you by a chime and letting you know that you're approaching a vehicle. It wants you to take evasive action. It will not stop the vehicle for you, but it will let you know that something is impending. The lane keeping system is for, let's say for example, you're driving down the road on the highway and you're drifting into the other lane. It actually will bring you back by vibrating the seat and the steering wheel. You'll feel vibration in the steering wheel, so it's letting you know that you might need to pull over and take a break. Let's see, with advanced settings. Now you can also take some things in here and you can turn them on and off. Like for example, the easy entry and exit is something that's very handy for people that are taller or shorter. So when you shut the vehicle off, the seat goes back as far as it can go and it goes down as far as it can go, allowing you to get in and out of the vehicle quite easily. This also has power running boards too. You can turn those on and off, but the nice thing about the power running boards is they go down whenever they come out, so they actually allow you to get into the vehicle a little bit easier if you need a running board. With the remote start that this vehicle has, you not only get the vehicle to start, you also get to have the climate that you want when you get into the vehicle. What it'll do for you is it'll actually go into the last setting that you put into the vehicle, or you can have it go into auto where it senses what the temperature is outside and puts on the appropriate heat or air conditioning. The other nice thing about this is it also will allow you to put on your front seats as far as your heated or cooled seat, and it also has a heated steering wheel. And it'll also allow you to change your duration, like you can have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes. So it gives you some options. It's not just starting your car. Okay, we're going to go into the center controls now, but before I go there, I'm going to let you know that this has a 5.5-foot bed, and you can fit an unlimited amount of zombies in it. In the center, there's a lot of different things that you can actually activate through. We're going to go start with audio controls. Oops, turn this down a titch. What this is your presets in here, and how you would put a preset in is you would tune it to a station. Here, we'll just pick one here, and then you would just press and hold that number that you wanted that for, and that would give you your presets. So very easy to put in your presets on your radio. Now with these vehicles, you have satellite radio on most of them. You're very hard pressed to find any of the Ford vehicles that don't have satellite radio, and you get that free for 6 months. As you can see over here, the presets are all loaded in, and then up here, if you wanted to direct tune whatever you were trying to tune in, like on Sirius satellite radio. On your climate, you have all your controls here, and you also have the redundance down here. Sometimes the controls up here are easier to get to because you're driving and you're trying to reach them, and you can just adjust them from there. And you also have dual climate control zone. The nice thing about dual climate control zone is you have a 25-degree variance from one side of the vehicle to the other. In my house, my wife is always hot and I'm always cold, so there would be our temperature difference. And as you can see here, you also have a heated steering wheel. The heated steering wheel I really like. It's something that I've not had in a lot of the vehicles I've owned, but if I ever had more money than I knew what to do with, I would get a heated steering wheel because it's like a free hand massage. Whenever you reach the age of 50 years old, you'll find that you like things that warm up your hands in the middle of winter. So, and then on your phone here, also connects up to your phone. You have Bluetooth capable here in the vehicle, so you can talk hands-free. The navigation system, it's basically just like anything that you've encountered before as far as Garmin or TomTom. But the nice thing I like about it is when you go into destination, you can pick individual things that you're looking for. Like let's say I need some gasoline. Well, here's the closest gasoline stations to me, how far they are. Now, the nice thing is, depending on if they provide us with information, it will put in their phone number. So let's say it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm in an area I've never been in before. I can actually call that number and I can see if they are open before I drive there, especially if I'm getting low on gas. You also have the Sirius Travel Link, which will do the same thing that the navigation does, but it does it with a voice versus looking at a traditional map. In the settings, you'll see the different things that we have here as far as the audio, as far as controlling it, what it looks like, and as far as the treble, mid-range, and bass. You also have speed adaptive volume, so if you find yourself driving a little faster and your music doesn't seem to be keeping up with you, you can set your speed sensitive volume. Radio we already went over, nav we went over. The clock, I love the clocks in these vehicles. They're very easy to change. That's all you do to change them, up or down. Very simple. Mobile apps. The mobile apps, you can do a mobile hotspot with this Wi-Fi, but keep in mind there is a charge for that through your phone service. It is not free. Bluetooth we already talked about. 911 Assist, that's something that's exclusive to the Fords, and that's as long as you own the vehicle. If in the event that the vehicle would go off-road, as long as the phone would stay in the vehicle, they will triangulate where you're at and send you help. No charge. And then this is your general as far as if you want to change to miles, kilowatt miles, temperature, Fahrenheit, or Celsius, or language. You can have some fun with somebody and you can change it to Spanish before they get into the vehicle next time and see how they like that. I'll see if I can get back out. There we go. And you just slide this across. Ambient lighting is actually very nice. What you can do is you can change the color down in the wheel wells. Like right now it is currently green, but you can change it to any of the colors that you see there. And this one also has a valet mode, which will lock this screen up if you wanted to park this vehicle at a higher end restaurant, say, and nobody can get in there and see all your information as far as addresses and your phone numbers and anything like that. Now this also has the multi-contour seats, which we will adjust. And then it'll actually make the seats more comfortable and you can drive longer distances with it. All right, that concludes our inside tour today of some of the technologies on the vehicle. The F-150 has a lot of advancements that most people don't even realize because they see the exterior and they just think truck. But for $61,000 minus any discounts or rebates, it does give you a lot of things that you might necessarily not even think that you do want. My name is Tim Mitchell. I work at Shults Ford Lincoln in Wexford, Pennsylvania. Please come and see me.